Hello everyone and welcome back to Turf Moorhouse TV. This video was originally set to go out last night. However, I was out last night. I was at a concert, so couldn't really put the video out. And obviously I wanted to share my thoughts as well as the thoughts of other fans who did send their videos in. And I first and foremost want to thank them for their input and what they've said. However, today there has been recent developments in one of the links that, to be honest, we thought was a done deal. We thought everything was concrete. The player, was set to double his wages. It was pretty much nailed on. All he had to do was announce it and show a picture of him holding the shirt up. But it seems, due to certain events, this player now is no longer joining Burnley and he's had his head turned. So yeah, we'll obviously be discussing that as well. So yeah, do bear in mind that these videos of people's predictions and their thoughts, these are prior to this said player obviously deciding to then change his tune. However, if you are new around here, first and foremost, thank you for watching. Get your comments in. Let us know your thoughts on Burnley's window. There's only 2 days left of the window now, and it's very, very scary. We have not brought anyone in. There's lots of murmurs around the area, names being banded around left, right, and centre. And it's just a case of getting something concrete. And it's like some fans say, until they stood at Gawthorpe holding the shirt, it's just paper talk at the moment. But that doesn't stop us from getting excited. Of course, we need something, and we need a striker, obviously, which we know of. Chris Wood, obviously, going to Newcastle. We need to obviously get somebody in up top. However, we are looking for a midfielder as well, and potentially a wide player. So if we can get all three before the deadline, then happy bloody days. As I say, if you are new around here, please do leave a subscribe. Do click that subscribe button if you are new. And you can follow us. If you hit the notification bell as well, that'll let you know whenever we've got a video coming up, which we will in 2 days' time as well. We will be doing a transfer special. Obviously, the last 2 hours of the window, fingers crossed, there's something for Burnley to shout about prior to that, especially. But hopefully, we'll have something to shout about on transfer deadline day. It's usually always quiet. So we will see what happens. So yeah, do check us out. We are on all social media platforms as well. As you can see right above my head there, I'm editing ball the wrong way. So yeah, just up there, you can see we have Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. And all you have to do is type in Turf Moorhouse and you will find us on those platforms. Also, as you can see right there, we are on podcast platforms as well. We are on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and Spotify. Now, we will be doing more stuff on the podcast side of things. However, it has been a slow process. I am adjusting to some of them, to how it works and things like that. So do bear with us. We are having some teething issues with it at the moment, but we will get that sorted. So first and foremost, we'll take a couple of your guys' comments and see how things go. So Rich is the first to like the video and the first one that came into the chat. How you doing? Rich Sports TV, absolutely fantastic content creator. Get on over there, show him some support as well. The missus is in, as per usual, and says, hope Burnley makes some sort of announcement soon regarding transfers. Remember to give a thumbs up and sub. Who knows what may occur when he hits 400. You never know. You never know. These crazy ideas are popping into my head, left, right, and centre. So we'll see what happens there. Chris says, if he's not eating a hot chip, I refuse to watch. No, that's true. And Chris says, nice to sit down with some clothes on. To be fair, people that are watching, I've been speaking to Chris off camera quite a bit. And this morning I was there rough after the concert I went to. And yeah, I'm there like, yeah. And we're just chin wagging, as you do, as friends do. And no, it was not an S Club 7 concert. It definitely wasn't. Joey's saying, don't say it. What am I not saying? What am I not saying? Chris, great idea to say that first, Dan. Who suggested that? Cheers for that one, Chris. Nippon Nippon's in on NS Sports TV, his new channel. So if you are into sports, please do go check out Nippon's channel and see what he's doing over there. He's doing some really good stuff. Big up, Nippon. And what do you think of my new channel name? It's great, mate. It's great. Keep it up. I enjoy doing what you're doing. Don Hussam, you legend. How are you, my friend? Fingers crossed, Burnley relegation. I don't expect anything less from a salty Scouser. Or should I say a salty Liverpool fan, because you're not an actual Scouser, but hey, we'll see. Chris has teething issues. You mean being a lazy bastard? Potentially, potentially. Andrew Williams, evening, y'all. Burnley are staying up, up, up. I lie, I lie. No, as I've said many a time, we've got to see what's what's going to happen. As I say, these last couple of days in the window are very, very interesting. So we will see what's to come. Hopefully, something will come of it anyway, and we'll be a lot stronger by the window's end. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. So, without further ado, obviously, first and foremost, let's clear the elephant out of the room and let's talk about this guy. Now, Mislav Orsic, a Croatian player who plays currently for Dynamo Zagreb, was, the rumour was out there that Burnley were linked with him and he was set to join us. Alan Pace has apparently flown out to Croatia to seal the deal. His agent was there and everything else. The player really wanted to come to Burnley. And it seems he's had his head turned by Dynamo Zagreb fans. And if there is any fans out there that are going to slate me, then you know what, feel free. However, we do feel that it's their fan base that has turned his head. If you're going to turn up outside of a player's house and put banners on there saying, please don't leave, and then the next minute you're threatening his family with death threats and all sorts of stuff if he goes. On the flip side of that, it shows what a good player he really is. So it will show, it would have been great to see him, as you say, in that claret and blue shirt. But yeah, this is what was said, and it was obviously translated on the Dynamo Zagreb website. But in recent days, great interest of the public and fans. Yeah, we know about the great interest of the public and the fans because they've made it quite publicly known, to be honest, by voicing their opinions, flares and everything outside his house. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. This has caused the possible transfer of the player Mislav Orsic to the English club Burnley. Following this topic, G&K Dynamo informs the public the decision has been made that Mislav Orsic will remain a Dynamo player, and we are looking forward to participating in the continuation of the season together with his teammates and contributing to achieving the goal of winning a new Croatian title. Now, tomorrow, Dynamo Zagreb they are top of the league and they face second in the division. Now, there was rumours as well at the time that they wanted Orsic to stay for that game and then sign for us. However, it seems that he needs out. He wanted out. He was going to double his wages, and now had his head turned by everything that's gone on. But not to worry, Burnley fans. Not to worry. All those of you that have bought that luscious-looking flag of Croatia, do not fear. Do not fear, because we have been looking at another Croatian winger who's apparently his stats are a little bit better as well. To be fair, apparently he's playing for a team in the same division as Dynamo Zagreb. They are middle of the table. However, he's been their standout player, and that is Kristijan Lovric. And I mean, yeah, just he's 3 years younger than Orsic. He's versatile on the wings from what I've seen. So yeah, and he's going to cost about 3 times as less. I think the reported fee that we're looking at is around €2.5. So that's peanuts, absolutely peanuts. And if this is one of those players that we can sign and eventually turn into an absolute world-class winger, then we've seen it with the likes of Leicester when they had Riyad Mahrez for next to nothing. So can we get the same from Loveridge? Who knows? I mean, it's not confirmed. It is just a rumor, as I am saying, but it is one to watch. However, it is also noted that we are in for Wout Weghorst from Wolfsburg. Apparently, that deal is in, but pretty much in the advanced stages now. Wout's been to the Barnfield training centre. He's apparently trained this morning, but wasn't there for the afternoon session. However, in the morning he trained on his own, away from the rest of the squad. So it is a very interesting one on that front, because he's a big fella, 6'6". He's in the mould of Chris Wood in a sense, except he's more agile with his feet. So at least then, if Wout Weghorst can get into his comfort zone at Burnley, then I'll be very happy with that, because that man is a lethal goal scorer, especially in the Bundesliga. Let's have a look at some more of the comments. Andrew says he has a weird growth on the side of his face. He has to prop it up with his middle finger. Joey says, plot twist. He plays tomorrow, gets sent off, and starts for us Monday. Hey, you never know. You never know. I just realised now that they are from Croatia, but I wanted to slag them off anyway. No problem. €2.5. Yeah, well, 2.5 million euros, of course. However, we will see what happens. Do you think you will stay up, Anthony says, and what positions do you need in this window? As I already stated, a wide player, player up front to obviously replace Chris Wood, and we need more of a cam player, somebody that can pick a pass out going forward. So Orsic would have been that player. Loveridge could be that player. But we will see. As I say, we will see. In terms of, do you think you'll stay up? I'm already sort of in the mindset of we are going down, but that can be changed. We've got two massive games against Watford and Everton that need to be played yet, that were called off. We've got the Watford game next Saturday, so let's see what happens on that front. Joey, however, Dale Stephens will be like a new signing. Dale Stephens shouldn't even, just don't get me started on Dale Stephens. Bloke's not a footballer. Don't rate him at all. However, let's get into some of the videos of what some of you guys sent in and what you've said. And we'll start off with Brett, who is part of the North American Clarets. And here's what his thoughts were on, as I say, bear in mind, these were sent in when Orsic pretty much looked like a done deal. So just bear that in mind. However, these are Brett's thoughts.
Hello, Dan from Turf Morehouse and everyone viewing from Turf Morehouse. My name is Brett Foote from the North American Clarets, the Wisconsin division, living up here on Lake Superior in the USA. Dan, thanks for asking about Mislav Orsic and Wout Weghorst. Here's what they would add to our teams if the transfers come through. Here's hoping. Wout Weghorst, they call him in the Bundesliga a fox in the box. He is an incredible center forward, 6'6", very much in the mold of Chris Wood, but more mobile and has a little bit more skill with his feet, but just a little bit of a different player. Has a very good goal scoring record for Wolfsburg in the Bundesliga. An excellent asset, can play in a front three. And then Mislav Orsic, primarily right-footed, from what I understand. He can play anywhere in a front three. He's been a left midfielder, but he's capable of playing anywhere. So him, Cornet, Dwight McNeil, and Wout just would be an incredible attacking presence in the Prem, and certainly something that could keep Burnley up. So, looking forward to it.
Cheers for that, Brett. Thank you very much for your input. It was really nice to get your video straight from America. Quick comment, Tobio. Do you think that Weghorst will stay with Burnley if we're relegated? Who knows? Let's see if he comes in and hits the ground running. Apparently, Orsic at the time was ready. He said if we go down, He's up for the fight. He was going to join West Brom once a season, a couple of seasons ago, when they were in the Championship, and so he said he was going to. However, Wout Weghorst just I want that deal to get done because that bloke is class. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anthony, but if you go down, I hope you keep Dash because he can get you back up to the Prem. Absolutely correct. Spot on. I think we do need to keep hold of Dash. Dash is the main denominator. We went down before. He brought us back up. However, Anthony, the squad that we've got is not capable of bouncing straight back up, in my opinion. It's aging. We need to change it up. And fingers crossed we don't. Fingers crossed we don't go down. Obviously, let's have hope. As much as in our heads we sort of resided to what's initially coming. Peter Hart, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. I'm with you in Dale Stevens. Not good enough. Why Sean signed him, I don't know. Sean has signed some decent players, but he also signed some bad ones too. Yeah, the thing is, we wanted Dale Stevens 4 seasons prior to him even signing, when he probably had legs and probably could have done something and hit the ground running. But nah, since coming to us at a later age in his career, he wasn't getting game time at Brighton. He just doesn't cut the mustard for me. And Dale Stevens is an awful footballer. Anyway, I suppose he's the one earning the wage playing football and I'm sat here. But it is what it is. Rich, hope you're well. Evening. Thank you for tuning in. Chris, I'm not even going to put your comment up because I don't even want to think about that. Talk, big up. Hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. Really does mean a lot. No, Andrew, Ben Gibson is not at the turf. He now plays for Norwich and has done since back end of last season, I think. Middle of last season, he went there on loan, and he obviously made his move permanent when they got promoted to the Premier League. So yeah, he's now a Norwich player. So let's take in a couple more videos, and yeah, let's get the thoughts of some more fans.
Hey guys, so Daniel's asked me to come on to talk about the transfer window and those players rumoured to be joining Burnley. Wout Weghorst is one of them. He's rumoured to be joining on a £12 million fee. We've been crying out for a striker since Chris Wood left, and let's be honest, as a team we've not been scoring much or getting many points. So with 20 goals under his belt for the German First Division, I think it'd be a credit, and that's what we need at the moment, the points and the goals. Mislav Osek is rumoured to be joining on a £7 million fee as well. It seems he wants to be playing in the Premier League and that opportunity to play. And with fans camping outside his house practically, they obviously really don't want him to go, which shows that he obviously is playing really, really, really well for their team and will be sorely missed. Obviously, time is now running out. The deadline transfer day is at 11 PM on Monday. We've had no news from Burnley themselves, and yeah, hopefully we get something before that deadline time come Monday.
My thoughts are really that both players look fairly decent in their current leagues. Whether that stands up to a Premier League standard is a different matter entirely. Osic, I think, is the standout candidate at the moment. His hat-trick against Spurs particularly being something that would be obviously beneficial from an attacking point of view with Burnley's current squad. I do think that the team at the moment needs a lot of creativity, either from the wings or from centre midfield. Very static, very easy to play against, very easy to sort of figure out when we're coming down from plan into plan B. Plan A has often got us into a winning position, 1-0 up on a number of occasions now, leading games, but then we just don't have a way of either shoring up the opportunity and pushing the game out like we were doing a couple of years ago, or moving on and taking the game further forward and getting a second and maybe a third goal. We sort of get caught in between two worlds and don't really have an idea. Having a plan B, particularly from the bench, gives us an opportunity to go and do that. The opportunity to bring new players in can only help, but we have to do it quickly because we don't have very long left.
So we've got a couple of possible targets. Could be a good thing. Will they help us stay up? Looking at the capabilities of both players that could be coming in, yes. Have we done good selling Wood and getting 25 million? I think it's an absolute brilliant thing because this helps put the money towards these two new players. And if we can get them, well, I'm guessing we're on the up, not down. And I think we've got to look at more signings like this come summer. Potential players like that, if they do come in, it's going to be fantastic for Burnley. And I also believe that Pace may be the man that just wants a bit more attractive football being played at Burnley, and these players are the type to give it. So fingers crossed, these two will come in. Cornet with him as well. You know, it's going to be attractive football all round. So let's just see what the end of window brings, shall we?
It is currently about 12:30 in the morning, so Dan, you're welcome. But concerning Burnley, and of course, two potentially really good signings, and Orsic and Weghorst, I think it's phenomenal. If they're able to get both in the door, I think it shows that Pace is starting to actually live up to what he said he was going to do, which is he's going to come in, bring in money, and actually get this team spending again, which I think Burnley desperately needs if they have any hope of staying up. Of course, Wood going away, and I think honestly a steal getting what they ended up getting rid of him for, of course, 25 million. If they're able to get in both for really almost combined less than they sold Wood for, not only is it a shrewd bit of business on Burnley's part, but it's great pickups that improve the side.
My personal thoughts on Orsic are he could save our season and is a bargain, and he could be a good risk signing like Cornet, and he could possibly save our season alongside Weghorst, who's a proven goal scorer and a target man like Burnley sides over the years have wanted, and he scores more goals than Chris Wood. So,
hi buddy, the deal for Orsic is fantastic. If we can pull it off, it'd be an amazing addition to the squad. I think he gives us everything we need in the final third. His eye for goal, his creative play, and if we can get Wout Weghorst as well, if we play him in that cam position, and just be able to switch the ball to McNeil and Cornet and get the crosses in for Weghorst, who's fantastic in the air. That could be pivotal to us staying up this season. So I think they're both cracking signings if we can pull them off. Let's hope we do, and we stay up. That's all we need. We just need to stay up.
I think it's good to see that Burnley are finally looking overseas for players, especially creative ones. It's been quite obvious all season that there's been something missing creatively up front, and this might address it. We've obviously got a gem in Maxwell Cornet, and if we can bring creative players like Orsic and Weghorst in, maybe give us something different, it might give us a fighting chance. It's going to be tough, I think, but the point at Arsenal was good, proving we can still keep clean sheets. So if we can start producing something up front by signing players like that and showing a bit of ambition, then who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But it could be a good move. Let's see what happens.
Joe Robin here from the Turfcast podcast YouTube channel, giving my thoughts on the hopefully imminent signings of Orsic and the Dutch lad whose name I'm not even going to try and pronounce on the Turf Morehouse YouTube channel as requested by Dan. But as you can see by what's behind me, I'm pretty excited by these incomings, especially the Orsic one. That's the one that looks the closest, although I'm recording this on Thursday night, and there's a bit of anxiety in the air at the minute about whether or not he's going to come, whether or not Zagreb have started stalling on the deal. There's something about them wanting him to play in a game this weekend, and then I'm thinking, well, what if he gets injured? We fucked it. But yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about that. But then there's conflicting reports in this country saying, it's still going to get done. So I'm still pretty hopeful. I haven't wasted a £5 on a flag, which, by the way, that's a big flag. And the £5 is a good deal for that. So even if he does go, and by the way, Dan, you're getting the exclusive on this. I'm not even using this in one of my backgrounds yet. You're getting the exclusive on the Croatia flag. So that's good for you. But yeah, no, I'm really excited by this. I think if we get rid of Chris Wood for 25 million quid and bring in this calibre of player, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? And don't get me wrong, I'll be the first person to admit I was a bit gutted when Woody left. I thought we'd miss him. Even if he has been poor this season, I just felt he was a couple of goals away from hitting form. But if we're getting rid of him and then bringing in this calibre of player in, it's brilliant business by the board, and it can only be a good thing for us and a good thing for us going forward, and can help us progress. And a lot of us have been saying we want to move away from this style of football that we've been known for quite a while, and I think these type of players will help us. Probably not so much the big Dutch lad, again, whose name I'm not going to pronounce, but he does seem to be a little bit better on the floor with the ball at his feet than Woody ever was. So we'll see on that one. I guess we'll see in time if he does come in. But yeah, fingers crossed they both do come in. Like I said, a little bit of anxiety in the air at the minute because I'm recording this on Thursday night. But hopefully, by the time we get this sent off to Dan, and Dan gets it edited and gets it onto his YouTube channel, hopefully that's all tied up and they will be Burnley players. But yeah, really excited by these two.
Hello, Turf Morehouse. I saw your tweet about like an hour ago about asking for opinions on his current situation, and I feel like I've got to talk about it. Even though all I've talked about in the last 24 hours is about Weghorst and about Orsic and about Burnley, I feel like I still need to talk about it. And I honestly, I can't wrap my head around it. I feel like every single Burnley fan is in the same boat of what's happening. We're so used to players from Stoke City, players from Championship, Irish lads all around the shop. We're so used to the Andy Carrolls and the Kiefer Moores, and there you go, just get those lads in, they'll do a job, maybe, we don't know. We're getting in European pedigree. These are players that would not look out of place in I guess if we look at the table right now, these players can do a job at the likes of a Aston Villa, at the likes of potentially a Leicester, West Ham. This is, solid players that can be in European competition, that has played in European competition. Our business in the summer, I felt was really good, and it showed a greater sample of where we were looking at. We got in Courtney, which is fantastic, not just by how he's performed since we signed him, but even beforehand, he looked like he was way out of his place to be at Burnley. Collins, fantastic piece of business for a young centre-back, which I guarantee will be amazing. And when Tarkowski, eventually leaves, probably end of this summer, it'd be a fantastic fit-in for him. And it'd be like we never had a player leave in the first place, in my opinion. I think it'd be perfect for us. Also, Roberts, fantastic piece of business for the price we got him at. So, honestly, Weghorst, European pedigree, literally, you don't score 20 goals in the Bundesliga and be awful. Honestly, it'd be absolutely unreal. His style of play cannot be any more of a perfect fit for us. Look at how many pressures he has per game. He's one of the most hard-working strikers in Europe. Statistically, he's in the 97% of, the top 3% of players that puts on the most pressure. It'd be a fantastic piece of business. And also, Orsic, a player that can take a man on, a player that can have a bit of magic from range, a player that can have that spark, that can help us drive the pitch, a nice, tidy footballer, and again, European pedigree. I can't wait for this man. And honestly, as a Burnley fan, I was staying up. I honestly believe that, and I cannot fucking wait.
So, there you go. It's nice to get a good mix of opinions from fellow Burnley fans as well. So thank you to Ducky, Joe, Visa, Lee, Chris, Connor, David, Pete, Kate and Brett. Thank you very much for your videos. It really does mean a lot. Let's take a look at some of the comments. Joey says, Weghorst having medical tomorrow, €14.5 million fee agreed according to reports in the last few minutes. Fantastic. Also, yeah, massive shout out to my missus. Not one for putting herself on camera that much, but yeah, she did an absolute smashing video, which I thought was quite in depth as well. She really did her own work. Andrew says this guy looks like a young Murray from Goodfellas or Hans from Die Hard. Anthony says, Dan, you could follow Arsenal too. It's good to have a backup team. I'd rather chew on white dog shit. How was that sound? Nah. Definitely wouldn't be Arsenal. Anthony says, Hans Gruber, lol. Tobio says, do you think there would be any chance of signing Orsic during the summer window? Probably not. Apparently he's signed a new deal. Not just staying at Zagreb. Apparently he may have signed a new deal, but who knows? Chris says, Connor's a Burnley fan. Adopted Burnley fan. However, he does like to do his background checks on players and stuff like that. He loves the scouting side of things. And I thought if he's ever come across Orsic or Weghorst, however we want to pronounce it, then obviously he'd be a good man to give an opinion. Mick, I don't think it would be such a good idea in the summer for Orsic. He's already 29. It would have been great to fill the gaps this season, but when we have more time, I would hope for younger talent. Totally agree with you. As you say, back end of his career, being 29 years of age. So let's see what happens there. Mick also then goes on to say, I think Newcastle gave a backhander to Zagreb to waste our time. Well, it wouldn't surprise me. I just think there is a lot of fans over there who've basically made that player feel like he cannot leave. It may be totally different. It may be a totally different case. But Alan Pace is out there, hopefully going to get the Lovrich player in, and hopefully he'll be able to come in and be just as decent, if not better. Andrew says, I'm going to be quiet now just in case Mick H is Mick Arford. Chris says, to be honest, I didn't realise Burnley had this many fans. You never know. Hope Joe kept the receipt for the Croatian flag. Hey, if we sign Lovrich, then that's it. The Croatian flag is back out, back hung up, and we'll be fine. No problems with it. Munsey says, I can't see you staying up without a forward, mate. What do you think? I can get my boots on if you need a forward. Munsey, how old are you? If you're late 30s, like mid 40s, then you've got at least another 2 or 3 seasons in you, mate, at Burnley. So get your kit on. Get down to turf. 30 now, great, cracking. You'll fit in with the rest of the lads. Don't worry about it. You're in there like a dream. Niall, evening. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in. As I say, it's just a quick impromptu video, wanting to give fans perspective on the signings. As I say, Orsic is now off. That deal is done. It's off. So it's now looking like Weghorst is going to be coming through the door. As I say, medical tomorrow, hopefully announced before deadline day, because we need to work on some signings. We really do. I think we've left it late again. Apparently, we're still in the hunt as the only team wanting to bring in Aaron Ramsey from Juventus. He's already turned us down once. But if it's the only move he's being offered at the moment, who knows? I think it would be a loan move anyway. I don't think it'd be permanent. But you never know. These players that think they're Billy Big Bollocks, they'll turn up at the turf, they'll do decent, and they'll realise that being at Burnley isn't a bad thing. Half of these players that have walked through the door or been on loan and things like that have said, you know what, this is one of the best team chemistry, the team cohesion, everything off the pitch is just it's smashing. Absolutely, like one of the best decisions they've ever made. Stephen Defoe said it, at the back end of his career. So it's going to be interesting these next couple of days, as I say, and we'll see what happens. Munzi said you're free on Monday. Pretty much no, but just because I think I'll be doing, obviously, watching the transfer deadline day and stuff like that, and that's when it is, isn't it? Monday, so I'm sure. I'm still rough. I'm still trying to get my head round last night. However, yeah, we'll see how that one goes. Anthony says, good stream, Dan. Thank you. As I say, it was just an impromptu one. Now, well done on 300, mate. Now you're on 313 already. Yeah, thank you, everybody, for keeping up the support. Really does mean a lot. I'll take the number 9 shirt, mate. Go ahead. It's yours. It's yours. Take it. Take it. Dan, don't eat white dog shit doesn't sound that. No, it doesn't. It really, really doesn't. But neither did Sporting Arsenal. That sounds horrible as well. Now says, have Burnley made signings yet? I know Wood went to John Sinclair's Newcastle team. Yep. We've not made any signings. We've not made any signings just yet. We're leaving it late, which is typical Burnley, isn't it? So we'll. It's just playing the waiting game. It's just about playing the waiting game. The missus, not sure I'm thankful for the opportunity or not. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, you love the opportunity, Kate. You love it. Love it. I mean, it's good to see that you've come on and stuff. And as I say, your input was well and truly grateful. Martin says, stay safe, mate. Yeah, you too, Martin. Thank you very much. Chris says, Dan, do you know a Blackburn fan for joint shows I can approach for next season? Those yours. And the missus obviously having a chin wag with now. What is Jake? How are you? You haven't nicked this from anywhere, have you, Dan? No. Don't know what you're on about. Don't know what you're talking about in the slightest. But yeah, as Chris says, sorry. In all seriousness, there is not a lot of money around this window if you're not an oil owner. 100% with that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let you crack on with the rest of your weekend. It is Saturday, obviously. If you support Championship sides, then obviously I hope your team won. If you've been in them League One, League Two and stuff, if your team were playing, no matter what league, hope your team's got results. Obviously, the Premier League will be back. Massive game for Burnley next week. The rearranged fixture against Watford. But as I say, I will be back in a few days. We will be doing the last 2 hours of the transfer window. So let's see what happens. I'm intrigued because we've gone from feeling optimistic to feeling really low after Orsic basically decided to change his mind. But yeah, enjoy your weekend. As I say, if you are new, you haven't subscribed already, please do click that button because it may not mean anything to you, but to the content creators, it means a lot. And it means that as the channel grows, the content gets better, things, progress and stuff, and it'll be absolutely brilliant. So please do that if you haven't already. Last couple of comments. Jamie says, evening, fella. How are you? I'm not too bad. Not too bad. I will be a lot better if we finish this window stronger than we did when we went into it. Chris says you will be soon. Now we lost to Hearts. Alexander got sent off. First Hibs for swearing. He's got passionate as Big Grezza. He has. He's a very passionate man. However, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your comments. We will be back, as I say, on Monday, which I think is when deadline day is. I need to get my head around dates and whatever. But yeah, you will see us on deadline day. And we will be following up as well, being around the YouTube scene and other people's channels as well. So we'll take it as it comes. However, guys, thank you for watching. It's been an absolute blast. Thank you again to everybody who has put their videos in, sent them in bulk and stuff, and it's been absolutely brilliant. So let's hope that if Pace is still in Croatia, that he's bringing this man back with him, because at least then those that have bought the Croatia flag, they can still live another day. Anyway, guys, thank you again for watching. I've been Dan, and see you guys soon.